CTV's royal commentator Richard Berthelsen is with me now. Richard, good morning to you. Nice to see you. So how do you think they arrived at May 19th?
Well, it's a question of, basically diary tango with all of the people involved, the Queen, Prince of Wales, of course, Prince Harry and Prince William's calendar, the upcoming pregnancy and birth of Prince Harry's next niece or nephew, and of course the royal engagements that are traditionally in May, such as the Chelsea Flower Show and other major events that take place. So they really probably was a process of elimination, and it's come down on a Saturday, which is a little unusual for a royal wedding. I had expected something like this might happen. We have had a few royal weddings in recent years on weekends. Most of them are usually during the week. But it's going to be a great day, for people to be able to stay home and watch because it's not going to be a holiday. And of course, for us in Canada, it's on the Victoria Day weekend.
So the location is St. George's Chapel in Windsor Castle. Are you surprised about that choice of venue, and what does it tell us about the size of the wedding?
Well, the wedding will be smaller. I mean, it's going to be 800 people versus 2,000 at Westminster, or many more would have been at St. Paul's. The wedding will be different than the wedding of the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge, and I think it needs to be because Harry's position in the line of succession is quite different. I expect it's going to be a very family-oriented event, very less in numbers of dignitaries, although we'll certainly see some from around the Commonwealth. And the interesting question is going to be how the U.S. government is dealt with at this ceremony, seeing as the prince is marrying an American citizen. You would expect there to be American representation at the governmental level. So they may settle for the ambassador in this particular case to avoid having either Mr. or Mrs. Trump there. But that remains to be seen. But, it's going to be a smaller occasion, and the public is going to have a little more difficulty getting involved and being part of it because it is basically happening within the palace and the castle walls.
So, Richard, you say focus on family. Some people are saying this could be a real Hollywood affair, given Meghan Markle's background.
Yeah, I mean, there's no question she will be inviting people from her past and her work life, which has been in the television and movie world. So there's going to be people coming from that particular part of the population. But it remains to be seen how wide they go into that and how they stick within the traditional family relationships. And of course, she comes from a broken home, so that's going to create its own issues with dealing with her mother and father. But I'm sure she's, going to give her full attention to this matter in the next 4 or 5 months, and she's got lots of great people to consult at the palace who have a lot of experience with these things.
Okay, and of course, we'll be waiting for every new detail that emerges about who's in the wedding party, who designs her dress, Richard?
All those things and more are to come, and it's going to be really, obviously, closely watched. I think we're going to see probably a smallish wedding party. I certainly expect to see Prince William and possibly Prince George and Princess Charlotte playing important roles as well.
Okay, do want to ask you one last question. In the meantime, this royal couple, as they go about their daily lives in London, will they be followed by reporters? How much privacy are they going to have leading up to their wedding day?
Well, the new requirements of the Press Council in the United Kingdom are that they have an expectation of privacy when they do things privately. They're on private engagements, their private time in the United Kingdom. So that will be respected. The other side of that is because Ms. Markle will be participating in some public engagements. We saw her last week, at a public engagement in Birmingham. She will also be part of Christmas. Because they will have access to these occasions, the media, I think, will be encouraged to use those shots and not those that are kind of taken by paparazzi or people who are flouting the regulations. So they'll have a degree of privacy, but she's also going to make some public appearances. And from the way she carried herself last week, she's going to be doing a very good job at that.
Okay, Richard Berthelsen. Richard, thank you so much. Nice to see you this Friday morning.